Hello, here I am again, behind the wheel. I will be driving today too. Alright, I'll start the engine and open the mirror, unfolded the mirror, and I'm pulling the car back. Is it okay? Pulling the car back. And oh my goodness. Alright. And now I'm on the road. Okay, let's get started today's practice. It's time for me to practice, and I'm turning to the left. There's one person walking across the road. I mean, it's a narrow road. It's not a main road. It's not the main road. Oh my goodness. I apply the brakes. And now I am on the main road with 4 lanes. Either 3 lanes or 4 lanes, depending on the place. I mean, if you are close to the intersection, your direction, the road of your direction has 4 lanes, because the far right side of the lane can be used as cars turning to the right. In Japan, I don't know how to say it, but cars run on the left side. In the US, for example, in other countries like US, for example, cars run on the right side, right? But in Japan, it is opposite. And it's been about, how many years has it been since I started driving? I started driving when I was 18 or 19. I guess it's 19 probably. Yeah, I really wanted to have the driver's license when I was 18, or as soon as I turned 18. But I was still in high school, and some students got their driver's license even in high school after they turned 18. And I wanted to do so, and my friend and I actually were planning to get ourselves driver's licenses. I don't know how to say it, but we were planning to go to a driving school to learn how to drive, and we were going to get a driver's license as soon as we turned 18. And my birthday is September, but her birthday I remember her birthday was February, which means she would have to wait until February. But she was able to go to a driving school anyway to prepare, and as soon as she turned 18, she can apply for, she was entitled to, is it okay? She was entitled to having, or entitled to her driver's license. But in my case, my birthday is about 5 months before, right? Probably we were thinking about going to a driving school during our winter break, which will begin at the end of December, which would last until the first week of January. Oh my goodness. Which way I should go first? I mean, I'm heading to two places today. One is a library and one is a post office. I want to go to a library to return three books which are overdue. I'm embarrassed to say that those books are overdue for 2 days. No, more than 2 days. I should have returned them Saturday or Friday last week. And today is Tuesday. I didn't go to the library yesterday because on Mondays, most libraries are closed, because libraries are public institution, and all public institutions except for offices, city offices, ward offices, they're open on Mondays because they are closed on weekends. But libraries and other public places such as amusement parks and anything else, what kind of public places are there that are open on weekends? Like, museums probably, and zoos. Okay. All those places are owned or operated by the city where I am, and such places are closed on Mondays, and so are libraries. Where was I? Yes, and I have one book waiting for me to pick up. I don't know, reservation. I made a reservation for it. I requested for it, and the book was in other library. In one of the libraries, the book was not in the library I usually go to. So in this case, I can reserve it, and they pick it up for me and carry it to the library I want it to be. They deliver it for me to the nearest library or your favorite library. In my case, it is the library, and in the word next to my word, each word has its own library, but I like my favorite library. My favorite library is in the next word, and I don't know. My favorite library is in the word next to my. And the reason why I want to go to that library in the next word is because it's easier to park. Parking is very important when you drive, right? Parking situations are very important. And if your favorite place, it's very difficult to explain. I don't know how to put this, but if the place the parking situation of the place is not very good, and if you don't like it, then you will choose. You must choose. You will choose. You may choose other places, right? Yes. Parking situation weighs more than the distance. So that is why I always go to the library in the next word. And the book I have been waiting for to come is about a textbook or workbook for English test, which is called Cochrane-Aiken first grade, and the test or examination is not the one that I'm thinking of taking in the very near future, but it's a quite famous examination, English test, but which is very difficult, and those tests are the ones. No, the test is taken by people who want to work for, I don't know what to call it, Cochrane International, I don't know, I forgot the word, but it's a certain organization which is very famous, and I think it's public, and it's I forgot the word. Oh, I can't come up with the word just now, though. It's frustrating, but UN Council? No. Okay, anyway. Because the test deals with many words and expressions related to politics, economy, and international relations, which are pretty difficult to deal with. And I'm just interested in what they are doing. I mean, what kind of expressions and what kind of words they deal with. People have to study for to take the test and so forth. I'm just interested in it. But when I was studying English very hard when I was in early 30s, I took part in this kind of club where most of the members consisted of housewives who study English who were studying English pretty seriously, and they studied very difficult subjects, like they use newspapers. They used newspapers, and their sentences are pretty difficult. Their words and phrases were very difficult, and the vocabulary was related to political matters, international affairs, and economics, and so forth. I found it pretty boring because I was not interested in what's happening in the world or something like that. But I didn't know how to study English actually, and I did lots of trial and error, and that was part of it. And they also practiced interpreting also, and I was not good at it because my English level was not as high as it is now. I've just started studying English, and other housewives were pretty good English speakers already. They studied English at college, but probably I was the only one who had only high school diploma. Is it okay? Diploma. High school. I only graduated from high school. I didn't go to university or college. But I can say that most of the people I have met through such clubs or communities, it's safe to say that most of them are university graduates. Is it okay? Graduates. Can I say graduates to refer to people who graduated from university, who have university diplomas? I don't know. Okay, now I'm at the post office, and I'm going to the post office to send a package. Send my, I don't know how to call it. It's an envelope. A t-shirt is in it. I sold it at Amazon. I'm one of the sellers who sell things at Amazon. Okay, I'll get out of the car and put my package into a post, and then I'll be back soon. Okay, thank you for waiting. Not yet. Okay, I'm back. I'll start the engine again. I'm gonna start the engine again. Oh, it's pretty humid and hot outside. It's cool in here. Okay, drive safely. I'm speaking to myself. Drive safely. And next, I'll stop by a library to return 3 books which are overdue, and to get one book has been waiting for. I reserved. Alright, now I am going on the road, and I'm now driving on the road, and there are many trucks parking at the very far left side of the lanes, all people are parking. Oh my goodness. I was driving on both roads. I was driving on the far right side of the lane and on the middle lane between. I was driving on the lane between, I don't know how to say it, between the far right side and the middle. And there was a car behind me driving pretty fast. It was a red sport car, and I was totally oblivious to driving between the far right side and the middle. And the car was so fast that I noticed what I had been doing. Until then, I had been totally oblivious to what I was doing. Okay, anyway, and the reason why I wanted to come to this post office all the way from my house is because, by car, okay, is because this is the largest post office in this area, and it is the fastest actually. If I send through the post, I don't know how to say it. You send your mail and you put it in the post, right? Mailbox. If you put your package or post in a mailbox in your neighborhood, it takes longer to get to your destination because they only pick up mails several times a day, and then the packages or mails picked up from the mailbox you had put your mail in, they will be collected by a mail person or delivery person, the staff, and then they all are brought into the largest post office that I just went to. So if you bring your package or mail, whatever, directly to the largest post office, then it is the fastest. But problem is you have to go all the way from your place to the largest post office. And my house is located about 10-minute drive from the largest post office. It's a central post office. It could be troublesome. It could be a hassle, right? Nuisance. But anyway, if you add somewhere else, I don't know if you have any plans to go to somewhere else and the post office is close to it, and you can stop by the post office on your way there, or when you way home back, when you are on your way home, then can, it could be a better idea, right? Why not go to stop by the, why don't I go to stop by the largest post office to mail it? And now I've finished mailing it. Now I'm relieved because my package is going to be delivered in the fastest way. I could have mailed it last night, but I didn't because I was a bit too tired. And I thought, okay, I would stop by the largest post office on my way to the library because I would have to return 3 books to the library anyway, and I also had 1 book for me to wait to come. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to go out during daytime because the sunlight is too strong, although it's a bit cloudy now, and it's gonna be rain. The weather forecast said, when I looked at it a little while ago, it said we were going to have 4 or 5 consecutive rainy days, but I'm skeptical about it because the weather app I'm using on my iPhone is not always reliable, dependable. It's not always true. Its prediction or forecast is not very precise. And just the other day, for example, I opened my weather app to see how the weather was going to be for the rest of the day, and it said that it was raining heavily hard. I mean, the weather forecast app tells us the weather of your world, and it said it was raining pretty heavily with a picture of rain, but actually it was not raining at all. I was quite surprised, but I expect raining. I expected that it would be raining pretty soon, so I had to be prepared for it. I actually put some things away that had been on the balcony for the last 2 days or so because I didn't want them to get wet because it would ruin them, right? Rain would ruin them. Even though it's waterproof, it's better to protect them. Okay, the library is just around the corner and I'm distracted so much because I'm speaking while I'm driving. So that's why I tend to go off on a tangent very often. I change the subject very often. But anyway, this is my practice, and all I have to do is keep talking, and I don't think I have to stick to the subject, stick to one subject. It's better for me to stick to one subject, yeah, of course. But the more important thing is to drive safely and speak at the same time. Anyway, all right. I'm going to turn right at this intersection, at this signal, and after, oh my goodness, turning this corner intersection. Okay, its signal is yellow now, and go straight for about, let's see, 100 meters or so, and the library is on the left, but there is no entrance for cars for the parking lot, and there's a little car, and then at the next signal I'll turn left. Okay, I'm turning to the left now, paying attention to pedestrians and so forth. And now I'm driving on the road, but this is a road with one lane each. Okay, it's a pretty narrow road, and the cars can go in both ways. It's not a one-way street, but on the opposite lane was occupied by many trucks, completely occupied, and there were two cars coming toward this direction, my direction, and but they couldn't pass through the lane because of all those trucks parked on that lane, trucks that occupied the lane, but they forcefully started coming toward me, meaning now my lane will be occupied by them, which made me stop going, right? Obviously. And now I've just entered the parking lot. I push this button to take out the parking ticket. It's a piece of paper which is written, the dates or time of your coming into the parking lot is written on it, printed on it, and this shows when you entered the parking lot, so that the machine or AI can calculate how long you have been staying in this parking lot, right? And also it's for you too to understand when you entered this parking lot, so that you can be aware of how long you stay here. Okay, now I'm going to the library to return these 3 books which are overdue and get 1 book which has been waiting for me to pick up. Okay, and I'll be back very soon because I'm not planning to stay there any longer for a while or whatever. Oh, I'm so thirsty. I'm drinking some water with some salt in it in this water bottle. Okay, I'm going. Thank you for listening. I'll be back soon. Yes, I'm back now from the library. Actually, it turned out that the book I was waiting for was not only 1, but also 2, because I didn't check about my page of the library website, and at my page, people can understand the situation of how many books you are just borrowing, and how many books you reserved, and how many books are waiting for you to come. How many books you expect to come, and such information. And I didn't check my page of the library website, but I could have checked it beforehand, but I didn't. So it's no wonder I didn't know that another book was actually waiting for me to pick up. I was informed that when I went to the counter to return 3 books there, and I knew that I was waiting for 1 book to be picked up, but the librarian told me that I have another book which had arrived this morning, and that was when I knew that I actually had 2 books to pick up. Oh my goodness, I have library parking ticket. I need a parking ticket to get out of this parking lot. The ticket, and I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it though. Can I go? Let me squeeze into this road. Is it okay? It hasn't been changed yet. Yeah, it'll take time. Well, this is the very awkward moment, right? Yeah, there are many cars waiting for the signal to change on the road in front of me, which yeah. But the car on the right side let me in, thank goodness. And I'm making a turn to the left. This is the same road I was passing a little while ago while I was recording my voice, right? I go straight about 100 meters, and there's a slight curve, and then I'm going along the curve, and then there is a signal, and I have to stop for the signal to change. I have to stop to wait for the signal to change, and then I'll keep going again. Now the signal is green, green light, right? Green light. But we say a blue light in Japanese though. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's so confusing, right? The color is green, but we said owl in blue, meaning blue. Alright, and where was I? And yes, and 2 books are with me. I'm so excited about them because sometimes I make it a rule to rent a book before buying it, and I take a look at it, and if I like it, and then I try to buy it. Sometimes I'm impatient, and I'm too impatient, and I can't wait, and I buy books online on Amazon, for example, as soon as I found it, because I can't wait any longer. And I usually buy second-hand books because they are less expensive, they are cheaper, they are more economical, and I'm not good at using new books. I'd rather I can make a sentence using I'd rather. I tried, but I can't. I'd rather, again, I'm trying. I'd rather use a new second-hand book than new books, because if it's a new book, it's difficult to I tend to be hesitant to write on it, right? But if it's a second-hand book, I feel less reluctant to write something on it. But I never use ordinary pens to write something on any kind of books. I only use friction pens. What is so called? Irrevocable, no. Indelible ink. Pens with indelible ink, so that I can erase all the marks and the letters and things or underlines that I had written when I want to resell the book. I always think about reselling books every time I use books, every time I buy books, because that way the cost can be lowered. The cost of buying books can be lowered, right? Can be more economical, right? I agree with that idea, but it can be a great damage to book owners, right? Books, authors. Can I go? Squeeze me. Okay. I was close. But I managed to cross the road. The signal was about to change when I already started speeding up. But somehow I managed to turn at the intersection, and the signal actually changed. Signal was changing, signal was changing, and I speeded up, hoping I could make it. And then the signal actually changed just before I entered the intersection, but the signal was still yellow, which gave me a little bit of time, in a nick of time, to stay in the intersection. So anyway, I couldn't stop because I was speeding up. I was pretty fast. I couldn't stop it, and thank goodness I was safe, and I did it. I made it. All right, and then I am into the biggest intersection, and signal is green, but there is a railroad crossing, but there's enough room for my car to get into and then make a turn to the road. And now my house is at the corner, and I came back safely, thank goodness. And I'm parking my car now, and I'm stopping my car, and I don't want to stop the engine yet. There's something that I have to do, which is put the shield on the windshield. Put the shield, hitch, I don't know. This is used for keeping car from the strong sunshine, and I always never fail to use this one shield cover. Okay, shield cover made of, I don't know, plastic, some kind of synthetic material though, and a shield, I don't know, it can be a shield from the strong sunshine, and it also helps the air inside of the car stay lower than it would be without using it. And the next thing I have to do at the same time is to unfold the mirrors of my car, and I did. And then I have to make sure everything I'm going to have. And then the last thing that I should do, the final thing I have to do, is stop the engine. I'll bring everything I need so that I won't forget anything, or I won't leave anything behind. Okay, now it's time for me to go. So I've been talking for about 48 minutes now, and actually it's kind of troublesome for me to listen to it all over again, but it's important to listen to it all over again at the same time to make sure how you speak, what kind of phrases, words, usage you are using unconsciously, because when you're driving especially, you pay attention to many things at the same time. So when you speak, you probably choose words and phrases unconsciously more often than usual, right? You can find something you wouldn't have been aware of by listening to what you recorded, your voice, right? Okay, thank you for listening, and I'll be back soon. Bye bye.